Hey guys, Anthony here. It's August 8th, 2021. It's Sunday, and I wanted to go over with you guys this short devotional that I put together back in July 27th. It's in the book of Joshua. I've been reading that book for the past several days, a couple of weeks now, and been gleaning lots of insight and lots of instruction from Almighty by reading that book. But before I get started in the devotional, are you keeping yourself healthy? Are you keeping yourself strong during these very troubling times that we're in? One of the things, and I did a video on it a while back, was supplementation. I did a video saying I want to keep my immune system strong. I want to be able to have my body naturally defeat anything that comes its way by eating right or trying to eat right and to put good supplements in my body. So therefore I began supplementing last year with a good multivitamin, quercetin, that's an antioxidant, N-acetylcysteine, zinc, C, B complex, that whole gamut of vitamins and minerals that help your immune system to stay strong so it can fight off diseases naturally. And so during the course of my life, I've always been training and been involved in sports, been actively competing, and always been watching what I eat, what I put into my body most of the time. Of course, I'm not perfect. One of the things I've added in the last couple of months was some other supplements that you may consider like bodybuilding type supplements that people have asked me about. And so I thought today I'd just quickly go over some of the things. There's 3 items. This is First Form is the company. This is Formula One. It is vanilla milkshake. Great company, great ingredients. Great service, great testimonials online. You can see them. And so this is a protein supplement. And again, you could take it before and after a workout. There's different plans you could take it on. I'll get into more detail about that, but a good protein supplement I'm taking now, or have been taking. A product to help me recover at 58 years old. And basically when you're any age and you're actively training, you're breaking your body down, so you want to recover from your workout so you can get ready for your next workout and your muscles and body's ready to go. Ignition goes with the Formula One. You can mix it right in, and again, it gives you the glycogen or the carbohydrate that you quickly need after a workout to absorb into your body and help your muscles recover. And then many of you have heard of creatine. This is creatine monohydrate, micronized. I mix all 3 together. I take the creatine once a day. I mix the creatine right in with the protein and the ignition. And then other times when I'm already done with the creatine for the one time a day, I'll mix in just the ignition and the Formula One together either during the day. I just had one about a half hour ago, a drink with all 3 in it. Okay. And I found these products to be very, very helpful in my everyday training. So there you go, guys. That's just a little snippet on some of the products that you take. And you can go back and look at my video I did a while back on the vitamins and minerals that I take. And if not, I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do an all-encompassing video on that. So we're in the book of Joshua, and I've entitled this Strong and Courageous, this devotional. And going by what we're seeing in the world today, in our country, it looks as if we're going backwards and into another type of lockdown, possibly. At least that's the way it looks like it's going. And it seems to me, and probably many others out there, that people are starting to get very nervous because there's a real big divide being presented right now between those that have something and those that don't have the something. Okay? And it seems to be a way that the powers that be, these global cabals, if you will, these political leaders worldwide, not just here in the United States, but worldwide, their corruption knows no bounds because they receive their advice from the father of lies. Therefore, by default, they are liars. The father of lies is the ruler, temporary ruler of this world right now, and he's directing its course as far as setting up a false beast type system. Okay? So in the book of Joshua, it takes place after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord. It tells you that in the beginnings of chapter 1. And Yahweh goes on to tell Joshua that he's going to give him this land and he's going to be with him and the land that he promised Moses. And then up in verse 5 of chapter 1, no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. He tells Joshua this. And he says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Okay? He will never leave us behind or abandon us. Believers in Yeshua, believers in the Almighty, Yahweh, will never be left behind and they'll never be abandoned. It doesn't mean we won't go through trials, tribulations, battles. Those that came before us, if you look at history of believers, true believers, they have been persecuted and killed throughout the centuries. It's nothing new, and it won't be anything new moving forward. So keep that in your minds if you are a believer, that these things will and may come to pass. It doesn't mean that God has abandoned us or has left us behind. It just means that this system, when you fight against it or go against it or speak out against it, it's going to react against you because it doesn't want to hear the truth. So starting in verse 6 through verse 9, and I'll read it, he says, be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their forefathers to give them. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Moses on the mountain for 40 days, 40 nights. What did he receive from Yah? Yeah, the 10 Commandments carved in stone tablets, the 10 words. But he also received the law during those 40 days, the Torah. So Joshua had the Torah. Do not let this book of the law, this Torah, depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Many pastors, preachers, teachers today, they're just Pharisees, Sadducees, teachers of the law, scribes. They're the same carbon copy of those that Yeshua encountered when he was on this earth ministering during the 3 years of his ministry. Those people of those times, most of them, were following a different law. They were following the law of man, maybe mixed with some of the law of Yahweh, but it was either watered down or a burden to the people and not meant. It was skewed, if you will. And that's the same thing today. People are teaching others to abandon the Torah or not follow it or say that we're free from that. And I would urge you, followers of this channel or people watching this video, to go against the grain, do your own research, look at what the scripture says from cover to cover, research it for yourself, and see what parts of the Bible or the Word that Jesus laid aside when he said, in fact, that he was coming to fulfill all the Word. So think about that. So, have I not commanded you, in verse 9, Yahweh says, be strong and courageous. Again, we hear that. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And that ends verse 9. So by following Yahweh's law, his commands, his statutes, his precepts, Psalm 119 is a good starting point if you want to read just how much the psalmist holds those writings and laws and precepts and everything that was written in high regard and of utmost importance. Read Psalm 119 and see for yourself what it says in Psalm 119. So Joshua had no reason to fear anything, for he was promised success. In fact, Yahweh said, I'm going to fight for you. You just need to follow my instructions, follow my command, do what I say, and you will take these pagan peoples, these peoples that were doing very bad things throughout their generations on the earth, and that people that were not willing to turn to Yahweh Most High, and therefore now they were being displaced by those that Yahweh was bringing into the land to dispossess them. He was to follow all the law, this is Joshua, and commands, and not pick and choose what he wanted to follow. He didn't sit there and say, "Oh, that's not that law that says this. I'm not going to follow that. That says no idolatry, because we have this little shrine set up here, and it makes everybody feel good by bowing down to it and praying to it. Therefore, we'll put that aside, but I'll follow everything else." That's not what he was instructed to do. He was not to depart from it left or the right. He was supposed to stay and follow it completely. Joshua certainly had no reason to be scared or terrified, as what was about to happen would change his life forever. The word will change your life forever. You may lose friends, family members may shun you, co-workers may laugh at you. The world is always going to be against you. Those that are part of the beast system or just don't know any better yet, whose minds have been blinded by Satan, and who do not have the Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, are blinded because they have blinders on. So when you know the word and it permeates your mind and your heart and your being, and you do the word actively, you will be changed forever. Your life will be different. You will be different. And the Bible talks about bearing fruit. You will bear fruit. What you bear may not be accepted by others or want to be followed by others, but biblically you will be bearing fruit. You will be obedient to the word and be able to stand up against anything, including the system that's being fostered upon us now as we move forward into the latter part of 2021. So how important is it for us to follow Yahweh's law and commands? Ask yourself that. How important is it for us? We need to be just like Joshua. Follow the commands and also take action without fear, being very courageous in the process. Why? Because we know Yahweh is with us and will be fighting for us. That's the word today. Strong and courageous. I hope it lifted you up. Read it for yourself. Do the word. Follow the commands. Get out of churches that are preaching empty works. In fact, 95% of the churches during the pandemic closed down. Many pastors were AWOL, and you don't want to be in a church like that moving forward into this next phase that we're into. Stay strong in Yeshua HaMashiach. Anthony signing off.